All hail a beard, it's your boy Big Beard B, and we back for another edition of Big Beard Business. Now recently I've dropped a few list videos telling you about certain fragrances for certain reasons. And as I'm scrolling through the comments, I see some of you like, yo B, I got 8 of 10, I got 4 of 5, I got 7 of 10. I am winning. But here's the deal, man. I know a lot of you guys out there have been in the fragcom world for a while, and you have just about everything out there. So today's video is 5 fragrances for the guy who has it all. The first fragrance on today's list is one that you're going to grab if you like fragrances that are spicy, if you like fragrances that are woody, if you like ginger in a fragrance, and if you like a fragrance that has a masterful development. This fragrance is from Frappan, and this one is called If. It was very easy to introduce this one. All right, so listen here. If is a fragrance that, again, is spicy, it's woody, it has notes of ginger, and this thing just has been a great addition to the collection. So I've got this one in maybe a month and a half ago or so, and I enjoy it. All right, so simply put, this fragrance is really one that just comes together extremely well. Now, the creator of this fragrance, if I remember correctly, was also the author of the Jungle Book or something of that nature, or this one was based on the author of the Jungle Book. I have to look that one up and give you extreme details in the official review. But here's the thing. I have not seen this one in a ton of people's collection, nor have I seen it in a ton of reviews out there. So chances are, if you're not in the very few limited places that Frappan is sold here in the US, you likely have not come across this fragrance. So this is one that you can look at, pick up if you're looking for something that's a bit different, but it's also crowd pleasing. If, in my opinion, is a masculine scent. It also has this oud in the base of this fragrance, as well as some caramel. You have some tonka bean, and it just really comes together well. There's this milkiness in here as well, which I think a lot of you will enjoy. I've talked about a few of those milky fragrances here lately, but this is definitely one that I think a lot of you will enjoy. So If by RK by Frappan. There you go, check that one out. This next fragrance on the list today is one that I've mentioned on the channel. This is probably like the 4th time that I've talked about this fragrance on the channel, and I need you guys to take action on this one like now. This fragrance is definitely one for those of you who are into resinous scents. If you're into vanilla, if you're into amber, this fragrance is for you. This one is sexy, it's seductive, and this one is also one that doesn't get a lot of play. In the times that I did mention this fragrance, Equality Fragrances, if you haven't been to his YouTube channel, make sure you check it out. He's come in and he's talked about this one down in the comments, saying people are missing out, and I agree with that. This one is from Archer or Perspolis, and this one is Perspolis Amber. Okay, so this one is the stairway of amber, all things amber. If you're into amber fragrances, then you need this. This one is amber, it's vanilla, it's sweet fruit. You also have some bergamot in the top, and this one is that perfect blend of amber and vanilla. All right, so it's not super heavy, but it's also thick enough to stick to the skin, and also it has this nice scent bubble cloud profile around you, and I think this one that you will enjoy. I've mentioned this one a few times for close encounter seductive fragrances, and this is one that really fits that bill well. The juice color on this thing, I turned the bottle around so you can really see it. I'm sure she's going to show B-roll, she might have already done that, but the juice color on this one is just hypnotic as well. So if you're looking for something that's high quality, I sprayed this thing on and it just jumps off of the skin. This one, fall, winter coming around, this one is going to be a staple and a banger. I'm telling you early, so you got it in your collection and you are ready to go when fall and winter comes around, because I think you're going to be missing out if you do not have this one. I'm going to get a full review out on this one, but my guy Cuba, I think he has a full review on it, or at least a first impressions unboxing or something. Be sure to check that out as well if you want additional details. When I think about this next fragrance, I really think about a fragrance that is super mysterious to me. To me, this has this freshness in it. It's also spicy and also boozy all at the same time. This one is wildly savage and just a play and melody of notes and accords. This one is really based upon the life, or based on Josephine Baker. Obviously, she was a dancer back in the 1920s. If you don't know about it, do your research. But this fragrance is really modeled after her, and I feel like this fragrance has really done that extremely well. Not that I know her in person, because I would be super old, but just based on the stories that I've read about her, this one really fits the bill. So this one is called Danse Sauvage, which is wild dance. I think that's what it translates to, but nonetheless, this one is from Chris Collins. All right, this one's called Danse Sauvage, and this one has cognac, plum, saffron, rose, oud, and you see where I'm going with this. This is just a masterful scent. Here's the thing. So when I talk about plum notes and fragrances, traditionally speaking, on this channel, I go crazy over 1 Million Lucky, right? The plum note in that fragrance is just pops off, right? Just boom, there you go. So in no way does this smell like 1 Million Lucky, right? But if you like the plum note in 1 Million Lucky, then you are going to love this one, because a lot of people say that 1 Million Lucky is a juvenile scent, and this one is far from juvenile in itself. This one, you have just this manly man scent. Again, that oud in the base here. You have some pepper, you have some rose. These are all really seductive notes. Add that in with the saffron. You also have that cognac again, and this is just crazy. All right, so now as I've had this one in my collection and begin to smell it more and more and more, this one just begins to take off for me. So I'll tell you about this one. There's this burst of freshness, underlying tone in this that I believe just gives it that additional freshness. It really makes this one feel like a fragrance that is not leaning too far in one way or another. So if you're looking for a fragrance, again, it's different. I know he has a bunch of new fragrances out there, but I'm going to blast from the past on this one, Danse Sauvage. I know it's not in a lot of people's collection. I won't say a lot of people. It's not in everyone's collection. It doesn't make a ton of lists. This is one that you're going to spray on, smell manly. You can dress it up and dress it down and be good to go. Danse Sauvage from Chris Collins. Now this next fragrance is one that takes a bit more unisex turn versus the others that we talked about thus far. One of the key notes in this fragrance is coconut, and one of the ones that I slide people per recommendations when they hit me up on DMs or emails, etc., or Snapchat, and they want something a little bit different than that Virgin Island water feel when it comes down to coconut. This one is from a company called Ascendus. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I always look at it and I second guess myself, like, did I pronounce this correctly? Nonetheless, this fragrance is called Luna Delicious from Ascendus. This one is this sweet, creamy scent that really works well on my skin. Now this one is a unisex scent. You're in the mid of this fragrance, you're gonna have some floral notes. In that top, you're gonna get some fruit. You're gonna have some bergamot. You have grapefruit and red fruits. In the mid, you're gonna get some floral notes where you get peony and rose. And then in the base, you're gonna have some of those sweet notes. You get tonka, you have vanilla, and you also have some musk. I find Luna Delicious to be a feel-good scent. The company states that the coconut in this fragrance represents good faith and prosperity, and with the bottle that looks like this, obviously it's gold on it, so gold all on my bottle, feeling like Trinidad James. I am super rich when I wear this fragrance. All right, so this one is again, sweet, creamy fragrance, has a unisex feel. So if you're looking for a nice fragrance that's not in everyone's collection, and it can also play a dual role within a household where you can rock this one or the missus can rock it, this is definitely one that you can try out. They have a ton of different fragrances within their collection, but I haven't smelled them all. But this is one that I have smelled. I've had this one in collection, I don't know, maybe 2 months now, and this is just one that, you know, I feel like not everyone has it. This is definitely one that you can drop in a list and not everyone's going to know about it like today. All right, so there you have it, man. Ascendus Luna Delicious, definitely a nice gourmand scent that you should try out. And I guess I should have said this before we got into this list today, but this isn't in any particular order. So you may like this fragrance more than the others that I'm going to mention today, or you may have liked the first one or the third one more than the others. It really doesn't matter. I just wanted to open you up to some different fragrances that you may not be aware of. And the final fragrance on today's list comes from Aires de Venudas, and this one is Cierge de Lune. I'm positive I butchered this name on this fragrance, but I'm not saying it again. So that is all. It's really not about the name because it's going to be linked down below. What it's really about is the smell of this one, and I think this one is enjoyable for a number of reasons. Now, this fragrance is also classified as a unisex scent, but to me, I get something that isn't really feminine, all right? For me, this one is super nice in the fact that this one is resinous. It has this airy feel, and it's super spicy. In addition to that, I get something that almost has this fizziness with it, all right? And the fizziness is like something, you open a Coke up and you go, psst. This is what it reminds me of. That's what that fizziness reminds me of. And you could be a Pepsi person, you know? My dad is a Coke person. My mom is a Pepsi person. It was a great debate, okay? So whatever soda you like, if you're into soda, that's pretty much that fizziness that you get here. I've often heard that fizziness brought up in things like Dubai Gold and also in a Kilian, My Kind of Love fragrance. I'm not sure exactly which one it is because I don't have it within my collection, but there was this Coca-Cola type of feel there. With this one, it's there, but you also get more of that spiciness in this thing, and it has, again, this resinous feel, has some chocolate in this thing, and I think it's really enjoyable. Personally, I've had this one in my collection, I don't know, let's call it 6 months. It might be 7, but let's say 6 months or so, and it might even be longer than that. But I think it's 6 or 7 months that I have this one in my collection. I'm gonna tell you, I know. I keep these dates for a reason. So longer, these fragrances were added to my collection in November or December of 2019. I've never talked about them on the channel yet, but here we are today. This is one of the ones that I think is stand out from the line. I have 3 of them, and this is my favorite. I can't recall the names of the other ones right now. It's in the phone, but they're difficult to pronounce, and I'm not putting myself through that at the moment. This one has vanilla absolute, you have suede, you have pink pepper, you have musk, and you have some amber in this thing. You also have some ylang-ylang and a host of other notes. I feel like this one is going to be a super solid fragrance for you to at least smell. You may not love it, but I think it's one that's definitely worth a sniff. So those are 5 fragrances for those of you out there who have it all, because you might not have these fragrances. So these fragrances that I mentioned today vary a bit from the norm. Not saying that these things are off kilter or anything, but I think that you will enjoy them. These things will definitely be a nice twist from the fragrances that you can pick up at your day-to-day retailers, and I definitely think these are worth a try. I have everything linked and listed down below if you care to check them out. If you know any other fragrances that people should check out that fly under the radar, comment down below and let us know. As always, I'm your boy, Big B. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we are back again. It's a new flippy cap. It ain't what you thinking, all right? Hit the goddamn